the first man on the moon. And I never realized that when Neil Armstrong put his footstep on the moon, that I would meet him years later.
Yeah, tell me about that.
That I didn't realize it at all. Because I met both the first and the second and the last.
Okay, first is Neil Armstrong, second is Aldrin Aldrin.
Yes, you're right.
If I'm not wrong.
You're
Okay,
right.
I'm right. Thank you.
100
Third
out
one
of
I do
100,
not
sir.
remember. Third one I do not remember.
Michael
sir.
Collins, he died recently. He died. All three. Aldrin is alive.
Okay, okay. How was the meet like? Where did you meet them?
Who? Neil.
Yes.
Neil Armstrong, October 25th.
You remember the date
I
specifically?
remember the day very well, 1969. Wow. I was again back to that very spot, almost the very spot where I waved to
Yuri
Gagarin with my mom. But this was a Sunday afternoon, okay? Sweltering Sunday Bombay afternoon. On Sundays, bro, I don't come out at all of my house. But for Neil Armstrong, if I had said no, then something must be wrong with me.
This guy is the first person
Man
to
on the
step
moon,
on
and
the
you're
moon.
supposed to be a space, this thing.
Yes.
I walked up from my house. At that time, the US consulate was just across. Even now it is there. Walked up. And to my surprise, the massive crowd here from Breach Candy, this, that, Mahalakshmi temple, that circle, that Cadbury Junction, the circle, that's where I was standing. Okay. Said, man standing next to me was Raja Ramanna, the man with the atomic bomb, with carrying his daughter. He was standing with the crowd. And after some time, the convoy came. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins, waving to the crowd. I waved to them. I was, what? Of course, Neil Armstrong, I waved, fine. Buzz Aldrin, I waved, fine. But what really impacted me was the man, Raja Ramanna, the first man to make India a nuclear weapon country, standing next to me, also waving. He could have easily gone to TIFR that night. There was a reception for Neil Armstrong that night there. But he didn't go there immediately. Yeah? He stood on the road. And I've written about it here. Here, there, one of them places.
The atomic rendezvous.
It is there as well as here.
Guys, if you want to know more about this story, you should get this book, The Atomic Rendezvous. Where can they find them?
At Amazon.
On Amazon. Guys, please do check it out. I'll add the description. the link in the description.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's continue with the story.
That's it. Then what happened years later, when I was in Times, I got a message from my chief saying that tonight you have no sleep. 1995, I remember that day. He said, you can't sleep tonight. I said, why? He said, relax, you go to the airport. I still remember the day. Go to the airport, you will have a surprise for you.
And what was the surprise?
I'll tell you. They had, that time, the Terminal 2, that old building, not the present one.
Yeah.
That. My guy at time, the contacts were given this, that and all. That time there was an old airport reporter. He was covering the airport scene. I was only handling it.
Airport reporter?
There was a guy for clearing all these times, guys who came to clear them in the customs, Basically, all the flight delays and all they used to report, And basically their job was to clear people in these times, executives in the customs and all, the immigration. And he sort of facilitated my entry into the custom area. And the custom officer was told not to tell me who's going to come out. Customs officer and I became good friends. We were talking, saying different people. Then I remember this, 3 o'clock in the morning, the Lufthansa flight landed. It came, then when people started coming out, checking out, and he said, go and meet that man standing there. I said, how can I just go and meet him? What is the reason? He said, you go there. And you will I did it. It turned out to be it was Neil Armstrong. I say, I couldn't control myself, yeah. For a minute, the man who stood first on the moon was standing next to me, and all those people, those trolley wala, they were pushing him like this. This thing, knowing he is the guy who did it. Then I didn't know what to say. I said, sir, good, this thing, welcome to Mumbai. And he said, yes, hello. I said, I had to appear like a bloody fool. I continuously appear, but what question to ask? If I had known, I could have raised issues. Said, how did you feel about going to the moon? That question, I was waiting for it. And he said, fine, this, that. 2 minutes he spent. I remember those girls were there from Chennai, some girl students, and car drove off. They asked me who, I said, it's Neil Armstrong. He's the first man on the moon and we didn't meet him.
They freaked out.
They freaked out. 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Next day, there was a press conference at the President Hotel.
In Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Ah.
Everything in Mumbai. A huge crowd here. Journalists, this, that, this. The BBC, CNN
The
team.
who's and who of everywhere and everyone.
The
Yeah.
media people. Delhi people had come. He came, he made an intro remark, this, that. Then my turn came. They told us you have to ask questions in certain order,
Yeah.
I asked a question. I said, sir, will you go back to the moon? He gave an answer. The whole auditorium started laughing. He said, if you come with me, I'll go back.
What was your answer to
I
this?
said, look, I wish I can. That evening there was a big party in Taj for children only. He gave a fantastic description of the final landing on the moon and all,
Yeah.
And my wife and I met him. I got his autograph and that is it. That was fun, and I think after that, I think then that is it.
But such moments happen once in a lifetime.
Lifetime,
sir.
and what about, okay, that was a very friendly meeting with Neil Armstrong. I'll now take you to the second man.
Yeah.
The second man, Buzz Aldrin. I was in Jerusalem.
Okay, Israel.
I was one of their guests for this International Astronautical Congress. Now, there was a press conference. BBC, they said Buzz Aldrin, the second man on the moon. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
He is second.
Equally legendary feat.
Equally
That's all we
legendary
can say.
feat and whatever it is,
Yeah.
this thing. I attended. I asked a question also, what do you think of India's space program? He said, your Mars mission was a super success. The whole world is talking about it. If you apply the same technology to solve your home problems, it will be very nice and all. It was a great answer. After the press conference got over, I went and stood in a chalet. They had these chalets. Each company, this thing. There was a thing called Space IL, a private mission of Israel to the moon. I was standing there. Nobody was there. I was just standing looking around at all those folders, looking at. When I turned around, Buzz Aldrin was standing next to me. Here. I said, sir, can
Do you have any photos?
I didn't take. Unfortunately, I didn't take. I should have done it. I said, sir, can I have your interview? He got so angry. He chewed me up.
What did he say?
He said, what do you mean by asking such questions? I will not let you do that. And he walked out. There was a girl who was shepherding him around. She said, don't worry, he talks like that only. Then I told my ISRO people that, look, he's talking. He said he's like that only. He's a very unpleasant person because he didn't land on the moon. He put his foot on the moon second. I said, chalta hai, abhi kya karenge? Then my wife sent a message. Have you got his autograph on your dad's sketch? Arey Baba, he's not letting me live only. What autograph will I get on the sketch?
Yeah.
Then the last man on the moon I met, Gene Cernan. It's there in the book. He's a very pleasant person. Extremely pleasant.
Very gracious, very kind.
The interview took place in a parking lot at the airport, Terminal 1.
In the airport parking lot?
Air parking lot.
All right.
They're a very nice person. And he told me that if I had an opportunity, I would have landed on the moon. Unfortunately, what NASA had done was that reduced the fuel in the...
he had to be inside the...
Yeah. This thing, that was a training mission, a rehearsal for the landing.